So how to use a Canon XL2 video camera. A Canon XL2 video camera is an incredible piece of equipment, well engineered, well built, way beyond its price tag. So it's a great first camera for anybody looking to do videography commercially. It's a very simple camera to use. Almost all of the controls are button controls right within your reach of your hand here. When you're holding it and you've got it on, everything is handy. Once you learn where everything goes, all of your controls are right where you need them. Plenty of buttons, a lot less driven by menus than a lot of the cameras nowadays. And it's a strong, hardy camera. It's heavy, so it holds nice and solid. Basically, what I'm going to tell you to do is go to your manual. If you want to learn how to use the Canon XL2, you can tell this manual here is a little beat up because I've used it a lot. Read it front to back, go through it, and then read it again, and go through and check all of the buttons on the page that tells you how to use it and what each button does. Go through each single individual button. You want to touch them all. You want to know what they do. You want to know about manual focus and iris controls. And you've got an automatic iris setting here. You've got autofocus and manual focus. ND filters on your 3-wide. ND filters and image stabilizers on your 20 power or your 16 power. All of the settings are on the camera for your mode, your format, your 4:3, 16:9, 60i or 30p or even 24p frame rate, which is a nice thing about the XL2 camera. It has that 24. You've got automatic and manual gain control, automatic manual lighting. You've got your white balance here is a push button white balance, shutter speed right here on the hand on the seating part. So it's got everything right out in front of it. As you go through, use all your buttons, see how it works. Use your zooms, use your other zooms. You've got a locking if you don't want to accidentally touch that zoom. You've got, over on this side, you've got your battery spot. You've got your controls where you can plug in all your external wires for your external controls, running out to a TV. One of the cool things about the Canon XL2 is it actually has the ability to run 4 different channels of sound on it. So what you're looking at there is the ability to run XLR plugs to your 4 individual sound places. And that is all controlled right through this panel here. You've got automatics and manuals on all. You've got your mic control. The mic on the XL2 is pretty hot. It's a real sensitive stereo mic. I put the wind muff over it just to help with other sounds too besides wind to deaden it a bit. The real advantage to the Canon XL2 in its price range is that it's got a removable lens, which allows you to use other lenses through the use of a EF adapter. You can put other lenses on this, Canon lenses from still cameras. To take off the lens is just a matter of pulling this back and popping it off. Then you could take and replace it with the 20 power. And I use all of these lenses depending on if I'm doing wildlife photography or just shooting interviews. If I'm shooting interviews, I'll use the wide to 3. If I'm doing wildlife photography, I always use the 20 power with the image stabilization, and that gives me the opportunity to get way out there. And the 20 power works really nice. A lot of nice things about it. You do have your menu controls too for some of the other features and benefits of it. One of the things I really like about it is that you can control your zoom, variable or constant. So if you want to just be able to zoom in and out really quickly, you've got it. Or if you want a controlled zoom and you don't want to depend on yourself and your fingertip, you can control it with that. And you can also set it right here, fast to slow. You set up the speed of it. The shoe on the top is not a hot shoe, but it's a good place to put an extra light, or if you want to mount another microphone up there. And it has 2 viewfinders. It has the eye, and then it's got the screen. And the eyepiece is really just magnifying the screen. The power control on this camera is very versatile also. It has of course, the external control, VCR off, and then you've got your automatic, your TV mode, your auto-visual mode, and your manual mode, which is what I use mostly. If you're doing professional photography, you'll want to use the manual setting. And then it's got a fully automatic setting back here that will take care of everything for you. So it's really nice, easy to use power dial. Another accessory I find good to use with my XL2 camera, and it's really nice because the XL2 camera comes with this mounting pad, and I took the mounting pad and put a piece of Velcro on it so that I could attach my external hard drive to it. And I have a piece of Velcro on the other side of this hard drive. I can attach the hard drive to the camera, and then by way of the FireWire to the FireWire connector, I can have two of everything. I have the tape recording, and I have the digital recording here. This is a lot easier and faster to use when you're transferring to your computer for editing. It's just a drag and drop system, and it takes about 1/10 of the time as capturing with your tape. So this is a really nice accessory to have with your Canon XL2. And the FS4 or the FS4 Pro, which is a 40 gig hard drive, is made by Focus Enhancements. It's really a great tool. You've got your headphone plug-in here and your FireWire plug-in there, and your external control plug-in. So this camera really has it all. It's a very versatile, easy to use, well-made camera. I shot a 20-minute short film with it. I understand a lot of independent films are shot with this camera right here. If everything hadn't gone to high def, I would still be using this camera exclusively. It's just been a great camera. It's turned out some nice projects. I love to use it at weddings, and now what I'll do is when I do weddings, because high definition isn't necessary for weddings, I'll use this as my main sitting camera, and then I'll use my new Canon XH as my camera that I move around with because it is smaller and lighter. So I'll set this camera up, use the 4-channel sound, and take my other Canon and wander around with it and get the other shots so I can do a 2-camera shoot. But all in all, excellent camera, well engineered, well built, strong, hefty, powerful, and a very good price for that camera.